What if World War III has already quietly begun, and most people don't even realize it yet? A sudden, massive attack, powerful leaders taken out, global oil routes at risk, and the Middle East on the brink of total chaos. Why did the United States and Israel strike Iran? And the bigger question, how long can this war continue before it pulls the entire world in? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear is bigger, deeper, and more dangerous than it looks. This video of mine consists of two parts. Part 1 explained the beginning and main reason for the war. Why did the US and Israel attack Iran? Part 2 focuses on the consequences and future of the war, the risk of more countries joining. Could this war become a world war? The Middle East has once again become the center of global tension, but this time it's different. On February 28th, a large-scale military operation was launched by the United States and Israel against Iran. This wasn't a small strike. It was a coordinated attack targeting Iran's most critical military infrastructure, missile systems, and leadership. Tehran, the capital of Iran, was hit. Key military bases were destroyed. Strategic oil and gas sites were targeted. According to reports, even high-ranking officials and powerful figures were killed during the first wave of attacks. This immediately changed the balance of power. But here's the real question. Why did this happen? The answer goes back decades. Since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Iran and the United States have been enemies. Israel, being America's closest ally in the region, has always seen Iran as a direct threat to its existence. The biggest issue? Iran's nuclear program. The US and Israel believe Iran is trying to develop nuclear weapons. Iran denies this, claiming its program is peaceful. But for Israel, even the possibility is too dangerous to ignore. That's why this attack was described as a preemptive strike, a move to stop a future threat before it becomes unstoppable. But Iran didn't stay silent. Within days, Iran responded with missile and drone attacks, not just on Israel, but also on US bases and allied countries in the Gulf, including Qatar, UAE, and Bahrain. Suddenly, the conflict spread across multiple countries. Lebanon joined the fight when Hezbollah, backed by Iran, launched rockets at Israel. Israel responded with airstrikes, and now a new front of war has opened. Casualties are rising, thousands have been killed, millions are being displaced, and it's not just a regional conflict anymore, it's becoming global. One of the most dangerous developments is in the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow passage through which nearly 20% of the world's oil supply passes. If Iran blocks this route, global oil prices could skyrocket overnight, affecting economies worldwide, including the United States. Flights are being canceled, trade routes are under threat, energy markets are unstable. Now the biggest question remains, how long will this war last? Some US officials suggest it could end within weeks, especially if key military objectives have already been achieved. But others warn this could turn into a long-term conflict, especially if more countries get involved. Israel has already stated the war will continue as long as necessary. Iran says it wants peace, but only if guarantees are given that such attacks won't happen again. And that's where things get complicated. Because in modern warfare, it's not just about winning battles, it's about power, influence, and control. So what we're seeing right now may just be the beginning. My video's part 2 starts from this exact point. Part 2 focuses on the consequences and future of the war, the risk of more countries joining. Could this war become a world war? But here's where things get even more dangerous. This war is no longer just about missiles, drones, or airstrikes. It's about control, power, and the future of the entire region. After the first wave of attacks, Iran didn't just respond militarily, it started playing a much bigger game. Reports suggest Iran targeted global shipping routes in the Gulf, creating fear across international markets. Oil tankers became high-risk targets, trade routes slowed down, and within days, energy prices began to rise. Now think about this. If oil prices keep increasing, it doesn't just affect the Middle East. It hits everyday people in the United States, Europe, and across the world. Gas prices go up, food becomes more expensive, and economies start to shake. But that's only one side of the story. The other side is even more serious. This war is pulling in multiple countries. We're already seeing involvement or pressure on nations like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, and even Turkey. If this continues, it could turn into a full regional war, or worse, a global confrontation. And then comes the most sensitive question of all. Could nuclear weapons become part of this conflict? Right now, there is no confirmed use of nuclear weapons, but the fear is real. Because the entire conflict started over one key issue: Iran's nuclear program. If tensions keep rising, and if either side feels cornered, the situation could escalate in ways the world has never seen before. That's why global leaders are under massive pressure right now. Behind the scenes, negotiations, secret talks, and diplomatic efforts are happening. Some countries are pushing for an immediate ceasefire, while others are preparing for a longer conflict. So where does this all lead? There are only three possible outcomes. Number one, short-term war. The conflict ends within weeks after both sides achieve limited goals. This is the best case scenario. Number two, long-term regional war fighting continues for months, spreading across Lebanon, Iraq, and the Gulf. More countries get involved, more damage, more instability. Number three, global escalation. Major world powers are pulled in, turning this into something far bigger, something the world fears the most. Right now, no one knows which path we're heading toward, but one thing is clear: this is not just another conflict. This is a turning point in modern history, and what happens next could shape the future of the world for years to come. Do you think this war will end soon, or are we heading towards something much bigger? Drop your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, because we're breaking down the world's biggest stories in a way no one else does.